Hey guys, welcome to the last day of the general gun season in the Ocala National Forest here in Central Florida. This is my favorite place to come hunt. I hunt this every year. I've probably hunted this every year for my entire adult life. And to sit out on the last day would just be a sin in my view. But I'm watching a chop this morning. I thought I'd do what I call a dual hunt. I hunted this morning from, I don't know, it was about 6:45, just as it was breaking daylight. I hunted from 6:45 till about 10:15 on my ladder stand. And then I thought I would come and just sit and watch this chop. I love watching these chops. For deer, I saw a couple of deer this morning. Those are the first deer that I've seen in quite a while. I killed a buck the day after Thanksgiving from my ladder stand, and had a pretty productive season. If you're able to kill a deer here, you can kill a deer anywhere. This place is tough. This place is really tough. There's no shortage of deer. There are a lot of deer here. It's just they're very recluse, very nocturnal. The peak of the rut is your best chance to get one. But I know people that kill deer in these woods throughout the whole season. You know, they might kill one. I know a guy that killed one early in the season. I know a guy that killed one on the last day last year. So you just have to come and hunt, and leave all your expectations at home and just take whatever this place gives you. So the hunting report, let's do a hunting report. Let's do an Ocala National Forest end of season hunting report. So like I said, I killed a legal buck, a good legal buck, the day after Thanksgiving. He was a 4-pointer, but he had 12-inch main beams. That's a young deer. If I hadn't have shot that deer, I wouldn't have gotten one. I don't browbeat anybody for shooting a legal buck like that. I like big bucks too. But when you're hunting here, you kind of need to take whatever this place gives you. Now, another friend of mine, Rick, he killed one similar to mine, not too far from where I have my ladder stand. And he killed 2 deer last year, one of which was on the last day. But we're talking about this year. Another fellow who messaged me and follows me on the YouTube channel killed one not too far from where my stand is. I think it was an 8-point. It might have been a 9-point with a tine broken off. Great deer. It wasn't real, heavy horn and real, wide antlers or anything like that, but he was a very respectable deer, and he was really excited, and I was excited for him. Great deer. And he killed that deer the day I was up here. It was 26 degrees that morning. He messaged me the following day and said, I killed one yesterday. And he told me he came up here at 10:30, got in his stand at 10:30 in the morning. I got up here at 6:30 and froze my tail off. I didn't see any deer. And he killed it at 11:30. And I heard the gunshots, and I think he shot twice. He missed the first one and got him on the second one, and he was lucky to do that because he hunts in some pretty thick cover. I know exactly where his stand, not where his stand is, but where he parks his truck. And same with Rick. I know where Rick parks his truck, so I'm familiar with the people that hunt around here, and they're familiar with where I hunt. And Rick was real gracious. He was parking in a spot that I needed to park in to access my ladder stand, and every time I'd see his truck there, I would go someplace else because I don't want to intrude into a neck of woods that somebody else is hunting. So he messaged me and said, "Hey, Mr. Updike," he said, "Look, I saw your truck and you can park. I'm the guy that's got this, that, and the other truck." And I said, "Oh, wow, okay." And he was real gracious to let me park there, and he's a great guy. So appreciate that, Rick. And I killed a nice buck out of my stand, and I was real happy to do that. Okay, so I've seen a half a dozen deer hunting here I saw some in Gothi. I didn't see anything in Seminole. I saw maybe 6 deer here, 2 of which were bucks. One was not a legal buck, and the other one was a good legal buck, the one that I killed, and the rest were antlerless deer. Okay, so I hunted 4 hunts during the archery season. Did not hunt during the muzzleloader season. I hunted muzzleloader season in Gothi, where I saw 3 deer and 1 buck. I saw 3 antlerless deer and 1 buck, and I wasn't able to shoot that buck. If I'd have killed that buck and then this one too, that'd give me 2 deer. But that deer didn't give me opportunity. So I hunted, like I said, I hunted 4 days during the archery season, and then I hunted. I think I hunted 6 times in the month of November. I hunted 8 times the month of December, and then last weekend and this weekend. So that's quite a bit of hunting. And I've seen 6 deer. So like I said, I've seen lots of tracks, I see lots of rubs, and I see lots of scrapes. If you're the kind of hunter that feels like you need to see a lot of deer, this place is not for you. But if you're the kind of hunter that likes a challenge, if you're the kind of hunter that just loves being in real wilderness, hunting real wild game, this is the place to do it, especially in Central Florida, man. I just can't get enough of coming up here and being here. Like I said, I'm here just, I got my binoculars, my rifle. I can see 480 yards across that chop. Oh, I'm watching all of this, all of that with my I got a pair of Vortex Crossfire binoculars, and I'll just sit here and I'll glass. And I brought my lunch. My wife fixed my lunch today before I left the house. If you got a wife that fixes your lunch before you go hunting, you're living a pretty good life. Be thankful. I'm thankful that my wife fixes my lunch, and she makes sure I have cookies and chips, and I can come out and go hunting and enjoy myself and then go home. So that's my status. I had a great season. It was wonderful. I got a hog hunt, a quota permit hog hunt in the Lake Panasoffkee Wildlife Management Area. It took 4 preference points for me to get drawn for that, but there's a lot of hogs in there, and they only let 50 people in there, and it's 10,000 acres. Man, it'd be a great experience to go over there and kill a hog and bring it home and butcher him up. If I kill a hog, what I like to do is I like to grind up the whole thing and make sausage. And wild hog really is just like ground meat, spaghetti, meatloaf. Yeah, it's great. So I can take 10 or 15 packages and put it in my freezer. You start adding that up, it tends to be a lot of money when you see what the price of food is in the grocery store these days. So all right, so that's somebody said they loved my vlogs, and you know I'm not a techie guy, and I finally figured out that a vlog was a video blog, and for a lot of you, I didn't know what a blog was. And man, our world's changing. I got something else here I want to show you. Let's see here if I can get it open. I've got this buck knife. Get the camera here. I've got this buck knife right here. It's one of the old school buck knives. It's a 119, and I had a guy that I really admired and I looked up to, and he was a hunter, and he hunted, and he went out to Colorado, and he went elk hunting and went grizzly bear hunting in British Columbia. He was a general contractor from Eustis, Florida, and his name was Jet Riley. And I was acquainted with Jet Riley through other folks, and I was fortunate enough to go hunting in the same hunting party as him on many deer hunts, and ran dogs. We dog hunted back then, and he had private land with another acquaintance of mine, a former boss, and I was lucky enough to be included in a lot of those hunts, and that's how I come to know Jet Riley. And I grew to admire him and respect him, and he helped me in business. He used me a lot. Like I said, he was a general contractor, and I'm in the welding business, and Jet became a good friend. And as the years went by, he developed a disease called supranuclear palsy, and it killed him, and it killed his brother, and it killed his mother. It was a hereditary disease. And after his death, his family had some stuff in a mini warehouse, and I was able to go, and they asked me if I would like to see if there's anything in there that I wanted. And there was a tackle box there, and it had this knife on it, and it was all rusted up and nasty looking, and it had his name. It's got his name right here on the handle. So maybe one of his kids gave him this for Christmas. It's got his name on there, Jet, and I cleaned up the knife, and I've got his scabbard here. It's got his name on it as well. So it's a little bit of a memento. I went and saw Jet before he died and told him that my business was doing well and that I was now turkey hunting in Georgia, and did some turkey hunts in Georgia, and was going out to Colorado and doing archery hunts. And although he couldn't talk, I knew that he was excited for me, that my life had come to the place to where I could start doing things, you know. So anyway, that's Jet, and I'm here. I'm enjoying this moment, the last day of the general gun season, going on a hog hunt, and then spring gobbler season's coming. I'm going to do a gobbler hunt. And if you're a hunter and you live here and you got a wife that'll make you a sandwich so when you go hunting you won't go hungry, well, rejoice and be glad. Give thanks. All right, love you guys. We'll talk to y'all soon. I'm gonna pan one more time. Again, I'm watching this. A big old buck steps out of that. I'm really watching that cover down there. It's, like I said, it's about 450 yards down to that cover. There's a big island of pines, and then this we call it chop, but really technically it's a clear cut, but we call them chops here. See what I got across there. Pretty nice. All right, living the dream. Love you guys. See ya. Bye.